Fee here, the vegan health coach in a Fee's Random Kitchen, and today I'm following on from a previous video I did, which was to make almond milk, and I'm going to be making my buckwheat porridge. So last night I soaked half a cup of buckwheat with a half a cup of water and a half a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Put 3 together and they've been soaking overnight. Now this is enough for me, a single person, to be having. I usually have about a tablespoon of the porridge each morning and just heat it up. So it lasts for about 4 to 5 days. So I will now strain it. Right, so straining it, you really do want to kind of rinse it off. It goes a little bit, it can get a little slimy-ish. It's not too bad, but you do want to give it a really, really good rinse. And if you're wondering about the hand, which I explained in the previous video, it is it's a nasty burn that I had. So for hygiene purposes, I'm wearing a glove. I'm not being a Michael Jackson. So that's all ready now to go into the pot. Okay, so we're going to pop that into the pot and add all of the other ingredients, which is the buckwheat. I've got a handful of raisins. I use raisins, and that's for sweetness. I've got 3½ cups of almond milk. You can make this with water, but I prefer the lovely creaminess of the almond milk. Right, and then we're going to add, and I usually add about a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon, roughly. I sometimes will have more cinnamon if I, as it's cooking. And I always have a wee tad of salt. And I do use a sea salt, which is iodized. So what I will do now is pop this onto the element, and we will start to cook it slowly. So I bring it up to the boil, I let it to simmer, and then stir it maybe every 10 minutes or so, but I just let it to simmer probably about 20 minutes. My porridge is now cooked. I have, as far as I'm concerned, it's cooked enough for me. In fact, I've probably taken it over a tad more than what I wanted to. Now, I personally don't like lumpy porridge. Put that down to years in a boarding school. And so I'm going to let this cool down just a tad, and I am going to blitz it in the processor and make it a lot creamier. My porridge is now all blitzed up and it is ready to go into a container. I'll just swing it around this way so that you can see how lovely and creamy it is. So this is my porridge, and it is lovely and rich and thick and creamy. And I will pop this into the fridge, and every morning I will take a good tablespoon of it. And usually I sometimes will add a little hot water to it just to heat it up, or I just pop it in a saucepan and heat it through, and that makes a lovely base. I will sprinkle it with granola, and I will actually be showing you, that's another thing I will be showing you, is how to make granola without using honey or oil. So that's that's for another day. But in the meantime, this is my buckwheat porridge, and hopefully you will enjoy it as much as I do. So that's it from me. Have great food, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.